For Clergy and Cars, we're not in a car, we're in the equivalent of the green room before big questions with the Bishop of Manchester, David Walker. I wanted to ask you about climate change. You've done some really interesting work. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, well, about 10 days ago, we opened the stock exchange in London. We did that because we were launching a new index that positively goes towards companies who are going to be compliant with the Paris Agreement and negatively pulls away from companies that are laggards on that. And that's just one of a whole series of things we've been doing in the last 2 or 3 years or so. We've built.
Can you just explain that? So if I'm a laggard and I'm a company, what am I not doing?
You're not taking climate change seriously. You've not got policies and practices in place to get yourselves down to carbon neutrality at some point in the future or alliance with Paris. You're not showing enough management interest. Perhaps you've not got a senior non-executive director whose climate change is their main brief.
Wow.
So you're not taking it serious in a whole host of ways.
So you're rewarding those companies who do. When you say you open the stock exchange, what's that mean?
That means the stock exchange in London opens at 8 o'clock every morning, and you stand there and you put the sort of key in the slot, and suddenly people can trade all over the country.
You literally opened the stock exchange. So that's interesting. So the stock exchange complied with a very ideological message.
Yeah, and it's not the first time we've been there to launch something new. We got another initiative that we got, the Transition Pathways Initiative, that helps people to see publicly how these various companies are performing, so they can decide, if they're shareholders, whether they want to keep their shares in that company, whether they want to pull them out, or whether they want to be part of engaging with companies to get those companies to change their minds, change their practices.
So if I were to invest in stock exchange, I'm looking for companies that value and do something about climate change. What are you saying to those companies who don't? What would be your message?
We're saying that if you want your company to thrive and flourish, if you want big institutional shareholders to continue to hold shares in your company, you've got to change, because otherwise there will come a day when we're all pulling out and your shares will go through the floor.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.